The longest night shared. How ritual, family, and fire soften my relationship with abundance. Last night, the light returned. Not dramatically, not all at once, but honestly, quietly, the way truth usually does. After recording my conversation with Agne of the Wild Medeina, I felt something settle in my body. We spoke about ritual not as performance, not as something elaborate or inherited from a lineage you have to earn your way into, but as simple, intentional acts that allow the body and the soul to release what the mind can't logic its way out of. So I did what felt obvious. I wrote down the thing that has been clinging to me longer than I'd like to admit, my lack mindset, the subtle fear that there isn't enough, the old conditioning that says ease must be earned through exhaustion. I wrote it on a piece of paper, and I burned it. Fire has a way of saying, we're done here, without debate. I didn't overthink it. I didn't ritualize it into something grand. I let the flame do what the flame does, transform. What struck me in the hours that followed was how aligned this felt with the timing. Last night was the winter solstice, the longest night of the year, the quiet turning point where the darkness stops expanding and the light begins its slow return. I gathered with my children, my sister, and my nieces. We sat together and shared what we wanted to leave behind as the days lengthen again. No fixing, no forcing, just witnessing each other name what no longer fits. In that moment, something softened in me. There was no striving, no planning, no grasping for what comes next, just communion, gratitude, and presence. And that, I realized, is the feeling of abundance. Not the future version of it, not the hustle-earned version of it, but the embodied version, the one that lives in ease, in togetherness, in enoughness, that doesn't need to be justified. Agni spoke in our conversation about fire in different forms, the wild, consuming fire that clears the forest, and the hearth fire that warms the home. Last night felt like the latter, a glowing, steady warmth that doesn't burn everything down, but quietly reminds you that you are held. As the light returns, I'm not setting goals as much as setting tone. I'm carrying forward the feeling of that circle, of shared release, shared gratitude, shared presence. This is the abundance I'm choosing to magnetize more of, not through force, not through fear, but through remembrance. The days will keep getting longer now, and I'm letting that be enough to begin again. If you find yourself in a similar threshold, releasing old stories, softening into what's true, learning how to trust the next step before you can see the whole path, this is the space I hold through my transition doula work. I walk alongside people in moments of unraveling and reorientation, helping them listen to their intuition, tend what's emerging, and move through change with more grace and less force.